Amina from Chicago has a question about painting tips.
She's trying to paint the walls in her Windy City condo, Tom. A painter wants to use TSP, no primer, and Glidden brand paint.
Okay.
So we know where he's shopping. My chosen colors are white and light gray and like a flatter eggshell finish, and it's replacing this light blue, dark mustard, and green. So she's going over this dark color with a light color. I've not heard of TSP, she says, and I've usually heard of primers being used, especially for covering white, lighter colors over darker ones. So Tom, Hamina wants to know, even though this guy had the best price, does he know what he's doing?
I don't know. But I'll tell you, I answer your questions. TSP is trisodium phosphate, and it is it's a very harsh cleaning chemical that they took out of all the detergents and stuff years ago because it was doing a lot of harm to the environment. But you can still buy it in a condensed form for doing preparation for paint.
So you can harm the environment more condensed.
Only in your house.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and so it's an old school thing. So maybe he is an old school painter. Very well could be. So as far as that goes, anytime you paint with a latex paint, you wash with a water-based product, and this would be a TSP. If you're going to do an oil base, you would use a chemical deglosser, and then you could go back with oil base, and that's usually on woodwork.
All right.
So that's fine. And in fact, it's a good wash. And the fact that he wants to wash the walls first is actually a pretty good sign because a lot of painters just say, we'll just paint right over everything. Now, as far as the paint, today's really good paints. And Charlie, the paints today, whether it's Glidden or Sherwin-Williams or Benjamin Moore, they really have become a competitive product, which are pretty good.
Okay.
And if you get a high-end Glidden or any other paint, it's going to be what's called a self-priming paint. You end up doing just 2 coats of that paint. The first coat is the primer. The second coat gives you that good, strong color. So if that's the kind of paint he's using, I'm good with it. So it all depends on the paint. The TSP is a good choice. Is he a good painter? I have no idea.
Remains to be seen. But the key here is to make sure the grade of the Glidden that he's buying a higher grade.
If it's a self-priming paint.
So you want to make sure. How can you, as a customer, know that somebody's using a self-priming paint?
I mean, you'll have to go to the paint store and ask them, or I guess you could look it up on today's world of technology. Your little phony thing.
Get out there on the information superhighway.
Go right to Glidden and say, hey, look at the can and say, this is a paint. Does it need a primer? I guess you could do that if you really are concerned.
No, I think she'll be fine then.
Yes.
All right. And you'll be fine. You got a question? We can help you with your project. Send it to us at HomeShowRadio.com. You can check out other videos and look over here. Subscribe to our channel.